21. When Ramona eloped with Alessandro, there was a brief moment of happiness in the Morena household. However, 2 years later, Senora was on her deathbed. Juan Canito was heartbroken. The sheep had not done well because there was a drought and not enough grassland for the sheep to graze on. As a result, many sheep died of starvation. Margarita was remorseful. Her mother, Marta, continually bemoaned Ramona's fate. No one could forget her, yet nothing came to fill the void that Ramona left. No one knew where she went. Did she go to the convent, or did she elope with Alessandro? Margarita had to know. Juan was the only person who knew that Alessandro was the only person who could coax Baba out of the stable. He even knows that Alessandro also took the saddle as well. During Juan Can's travels, he asked everyone he came across whether or not they knew of Alessandro and where he had gone. He did hear tell that Alessandro's father had passed. He also heard that the Indians at Temecula had vanished as well. He did lament that Senora herself drove Ramona out of the rancho. He felt sorry for her. The biggest change was the relationship between Senora and her son Felipe. Her power was shaken. Felipe did find and read Ramona's final note to him. He regretted the fact that he and his mother drove Ramona away. He was determined to bring her back. When he saw his mother at the doorway, she told him that Ramona's gone. He told her what happened. He knew that she ran away with Alessandro. He also told her that Alessandro stole Baba and saddle as well. Senora reflected that if they went to see Father Salvador, then hopefully the priest would knock some sense into the young couple. She asked her son to do one more thing. Never mention Ramona's name again. When Senora said that they stole the horse, Felipe corrected her by mentioning that Baba was actually his gift to Ramona. At that time, Senora fainted. She knew that she was dying. He had the maids get her to a room and into her bed. Felipe kept vigil over his mother even after she recovered and resumed running the household. He did notice that she walked a lot slower and was more feeble. That gave him the resolve to find Ramona. He hoped he would find her in Santa Barbara. When he told her that he's going on the journey, she replied, "So be it." He said that he'll be gone only a week. At Santa Barbara, he met up with Father Salvador. He asked the priest whether or not he'd seen Ramona. When the priest said no, he asked Felipe what happened. Felipe did not look forward to telling the priest everything. Although the priest was disappointed, he was not shocked. Moreover, he was more on Ramona's side than Senora's. As Felipe relayed more of the story, the priest saw that Senora had been bitter and unjust toward Alessandro. The priest said that he knew Alessandro and his father. They are noble and most trusted. He told Felipe that he must find them. He didn't understand why they didn't go to Santa Barbara to see him. He would have given them his blessing. He vowed to stay in Santa Barbara and wait for their arrival. Felipe was impatient and wanted to resume finding them. The priest told him to let him know as soon as he finds them. The priest prayed for their safe return. Felipe's thoughts were racing. He didn't have any idea which path or where they could have gone. Temecula was the only place he could think they might have gone, yet he heard that there aren't any Indians left there. Much to his relief, he did come across an Indian who spoke Spanish. They had seen Alessandro. Sadly, Alessandro was alone. At the time, he asked if the horse Alessandro was riding was black. She shook her head. It was a white horse. Felipe knew she was talking about Carmena. When he asked her how long he stayed, she replied, one night. He asked if she knew where he was off to. She replied, San Luis Obispo to board a ship to Monterey. When he asked her when he'll return to Temecula, she replied that he will never return to Temecula. He gave her a gold coin for the intel. He realized he reached a dead end and won't find the couple. So he slowly returned to the rancho. When he saw his mother's face, he knew that his search for Ramona had come to an end. His mother was inconsolable. She neither wanted to live or die. She wanted Father Salvador to visit her one last time. He admitted that the priest was also not in a good state either. He admitted to his mother that he could not find Ramona and feared that she had died. Soon after they got the bad news, Father Salvador had passed. Senora could not give him the jewels that her sister gave her for Ramona's dowry. A doctor was called for Senora, but the doctor said there wasn't anything he could do for her, so he left the rancho. Felipe did right by his mom. He stayed by her side, took care of her. On her deathbed, she tried to tell Felipe about the jewels. However, all she could do was point to where the jewels were. Then she passed away. When he cried, the staff rushed to Senora's room. Although he knew what he had to do, he was scared at what lay behind the secret door that his mother was pointing to. The next 4 days were busy with making funeral arrangements. After the funeral, they finally gathered the courage to look behind the secret door. When he read his aunt's letter and saw the jewels, he was bewildered. He sat motionless for a long time, buried his hands. His soul was wrung. He realized what he had to do. The jewels have always been and always will belong to Ramona. He was determined to find her and give them to her. Otherwise, he'll give the jewels to Santa Barbara College. He only told Juan Can that he's going on a journey. He gave the letter to Juan Can, asking him to send it to Santa Barbara if he doesn't return. He left the rancho in the charge of Juan Can. With that, he set off on his next journey. So, kind of interesting, isn't it? When you begin a story, it makes it look like Senora was the glue that held the whole rancho together. But now we see it was actually Ramona who held that ranch together, and when she left, everything fell apart. So, in a couple of days, I will go over the next chapter. Questions, comments, constructive criticisms, asking for clarification, let me know, and I shall see you next time. Take care.